Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kenda Ruth, here to answer another one of your questions about midlife crisis in your marriage. Today we have a female left behind spouse and forward moving spouse, Carol. Carol's bomb drop was October of 2021, so it's been about 5 months, and her date of marriage is 2014. She has a clinging boomerang and a high energy replayer. Carol's question is very brief. She says, why does he keep saying he's going to come home, but he keeps taking things to the new house? So, of course, everything I'm going to tell you is speculation or guesswork. So why might he do things that are opposite of his words? He could be stringing you along. What I imagine more is that there are times when he's doing it to string you along or to get you off his back. But I don't think that's the case every time. So sometimes he's just like, I'm just going to tell her what she wants to hear so she'll stop bugging me about it right now because I'm trying to be avoidant. I want to avoid the conflict. I don't want to. It could be avoiding conflict and arguing. It could be avoiding her puddle up of tears. It could be avoiding how it makes him feel. It could be any number of avoidance types of behaviors. Sometimes it's because he really does want to come home and he thinks about coming home. And you say he's a clinging boomerang. If he's a clinging boomerang, he changes his mind regularly, or he's aware of it, or he's aware of the confusion. I don't really know what I want, but I know I want this, or I know I don't want this, but I'm not sure because yesterday it was different than today. So some of it is just due to that. He keeps taking things to the new house. Now, why does he stay more consistent about not coming home? He's afraid. If he's got enough stuff out of the house, and often they don't, so I'm not sure. Sometimes it's just easier to, a body at rest tends to stay at rest. So to do things that don't mean a big hurdle. So if you'd have to move a bunch of things home and destroy your hope because he's afraid it will fail. That is another reason that he doesn't come home. So, Carol, I know you want him home. But do you really want him home right now? And what I mean by that is he's going to leave again. Mine came home 8 times in 3.5 years. Most of those were not spread out across. 5, 6 of those times were in the first year and a half. And that first year, let's go back to, and that end of the year and a half, that was about it, in the first year and a half. And I'm going to say maybe 4 of them were in an isolated 3-month period around the fall of 2005, September through December or so. So fall, winter. It was nuts. It was in and out and in and out. Well, it spread into the next year a little. There was a time he came home in January, February for a 1 week. Most of the times he came home, I think he meant it. That 1 week time he came home to test, to prove that he shouldn't be home, that he could just have power, and he taunted me the whole time, and it was to get me to kick him out. And what I did on that occasion was I only kicked him out truly once. This time I told him to leave, and he did it. So I instigated his leaving, though. He's going to leave again. Now, if he were to come home, he could stay home and have his midlife crisis from home, but that's not usually how it works. MLCers leave. And it doesn't work right to say they stay gone. Most will stay gone. They don't usually return 8 times like mine, but you might have false returns with a clinging boomerang. But that won't be that they stay home. They will come and they will leave. They will come and they will leave. If you allow them to move all the way back home. Now, you can do that. It's not the wrong answer. It's not the right answer. You have to figure out what works for your situation. I have a feeling it doesn't work for most. I didn't have children at the time. So I had to determine if I personally could handle it. And I could. I felt that I could, and I did. There were things I didn't do well. I didn't go to work well. Did well at home. Now, functioning outside of home was harder for me. But without having kids to do the damage, I knew I could withstand it. I knew that I had an understanding of midlife crisis, and I was working on my detachment. If you have children at home, it may be more traumatic, the in and outs, the hope cycle. There's a trauma bonding going on in there, maybe. He's gone. He's not. I don't know what's happening. The instability and the consistent instability where it's unstable when he's gone, maybe, and there might be hardships, but there's a consistency about who is there and who is not there. Even though they might have to be spending weekends with him or just visits. Why does he keep saying he's coming home? He doesn't know. He really wants to. And so what I want you to know is that they don't know what's in their mind. They don't understand. Sometimes they're not even aware of the way they change constantly. And then sometimes they are, or some of them are. And that scares them even more because, oh my God, I'm going nuts and I'm watching myself do it. There's this level of awareness, but an inability to stop it. I want you to know what's happening is normal. It sucks, but it is normal. So I don't know, I might have brought up a lot more questions for you, and that's fine. Just ask away and make sure to do the readings. We've got plenty of articles. You take the course, Understanding Midlife Crisis, and let me know what kind of questions you have, because this is a really confusing time. And I hope this was helpful, and I will see everybody in the next question.